If you want to walk into any room and be the most confident person in there, you need to listen. Confidence is not something you can fake. I'm sorry to be the bearer of bad news, but you can try to fake confidence. It's only a matter of time until it won't work out. So confidence is something you actually have to build for yourself, and I'm gonna show you how. Start by looking at couples that are so untouchable. They're in an amazing relationship with each other. They love each other so much. There is not one thing anyone can say or do to get in the way. No one can meddle, no one can interfere with their love, and no one can turn them against each other. No matter what, this couple always supports each other. They always have each other's back, no matter what. They come first. So, imagine having that kind of relationship with yourself. Imagine being so untouchable, there is not one thing anyone can say to you that's going to lower your self-esteem or your love for yourself. That is the goal. So what do you need to do to get there? You need to build that relationship with yourself. The first thing is learn to enjoy your own company. What do these couples do? They spend a lot of time with each other. You are going to have to do the same thing. You're going to have to invest time with yourself alone. And the truth is, a lot of us don't like to be alone. Like, so many of you approach the weekend like it's, oh my God, it's fight or die. I have to make plans this weekend. Like, God forbid I'm home alone on a Saturday night by myself. It's like, what does that tell yourself? It's insulting. It's like as if you had a friend who wanted to spend time with you and you're like, oh, God forbid I had to hang out with her alone. It's insulting. You need to enjoy your own company. Don't be afraid to be alone. You might actually enjoy being with yourself more than you do with other people. You need to bond with yourself again. It's really important. The more time you spend with others, the more time you're taking away from building that relationship with yourself. Get to know yourself again. Find out what it is that you enjoy doing for you, not what you enjoy doing with other people. Talk to yourself. Talk to yourself in the mirror. It is so important to give yourself those things you need. If it's love, if it's confidence, if you're feeling like you're insecure about something, talk to yourself. What do we see in those relationships? They are always supporting each other. They are always saying nice things to each other. Like, I love you, I support you, I have your back. You are so beautiful, you are so kind, you are so amazing, you are so successful, you are everything. Tell yourself those things. I know it's funny at first, but when you tell yourself those things constantly, you start believing them. There's like so much science behind this too. Like, I've seen experiments where they like talk to ice, and the ice that was spoken to in kind, loving words have these like beautiful patterns like under these microscopic things, right? I'm probably explaining this horribly, but you get the point. And there's also experiments that they do with plants. Plants they talk to, they feed it with love, and then plants they give bad energy, bad words to, don't survive. They like die, and those plants blossom into these beautiful things. It is so crazy, but it's really, really true. Energy exchange with words. You need to give yourself good, loving, positive words if you want to build your love and confidence for yourself. Words of affirmations are such a big factor. And if it's awkward for you to talk to yourself in the mirror and to like look at yourself in the mirror and say those things to you, you can just go on any YouTube channel that does affirmations and find ones that are specific for you. You can find feminine affirmations, alpha male affirmations, confidence affirmations. Start listening to those things while you're washing the dishes, getting dressed, in the car on the way to some important meeting or date. And the more you keep hearing those affirmations in your head, the funny thing is like it starts reprogramming your thoughts. So if you're generally a person that speaks negatively to yourself, or you don't speak negatively to yourself, but somehow you can't control your thoughts sometimes, let's say you have like a negative thought that comes in your head and then it spirals, listening to these positive affirmations on a daily basis is going to subconsciously alter your train of thoughts, and you're going to start reprogramming your brain to think in a more positive way. And trust me, in a few weeks, if you are consistently telling yourself positive things and you're listening to these positive affirmations all the time, in a few weeks, you are going to feel brand new. I promise you. I promise you, this is guaranteed. Invest in yourself too. Not only time, but money too. Find things that will make you happy. Find a hobby. Find a class. Find anything that you can do, a project that will make you feel good. If it's lighting candles while being in the bathtub and like scrubbing your body with a really fancy soap, like there are things you can do to make yourself feel so loved and nurtured and cared for that will make you feel confident. Don't just dress up for other people. Dress up for yourself. If you are home, get ready for yourself. You feel so much better when you've gotten up from bed and you've made your own bed and you take care of your appearance, not for other people, but for yourself. There's so much evidence scientifically that a person is way more productive and happier when they look better. When they've taken care of their appearance, they are so much more likely to have a better day. This next one is huge and I think so underestimated by other people. We need to connect with our body. So many of us do not connect with ourselves on a physical level. And it's crazy to me because our body is our temple. It is our vessel. This being carries everything, our soul, our energy, our aura. It is all thanks to our body. And so many of us are not in touch or not in tune with our bodies. And it took me a while to learn how to do this. And there's so many ways that you can connect to your body. And one obvious way is start nourishing your body. If you're constantly putting fast food in your body, if you're eating packaged foods, if you are eating out all the time, you have no idea what they're putting in your food. Learn how to cook. It doesn't have to be like 5-star meals, but just learn how to make yourself healthy meals. If there are foods that you know irritate your stomach, listen to that. Listen to your body. If you get jittery when you drink coffee, listen to your body. Stop with the caffeine. If you feel like when you drink alcohol, if after 2 drinks, you know that's when you hit your limit and the next morning you're gonna wake up feeling super depressed with a bad headache, unproductive, listen to your body. Know when to stop. Our body tries to tell us so many things all the time and we always ignore it. It's so rude. Another thing you can do is, and I really think you should try it, is yoga. Now, a lot of people think, oh, yoga is like this extreme thing, like it's a cult, it's oh my gosh, like there's only a specific kind of person in the world that has to do yoga. No, it's not true at all. And yoga has done phenomenal things for my body. The funny thing is once you start stretching, like let's not even call it yoga, let's just call it stretching if that's easier on the mind for you. The moment you start stretching, you will not ever be able to stop, because once you start connecting to your body and realizing like what hurts and what's tight and like what you're holding on to, and I'll explain that in a minute, you will never ever be okay with not stretching again. Like you will always have to have that feeling of being free and loose, and it's so euphoric, honestly. Like so many of us walk around on a daily basis stiff and tight and like so uncomfortable, but we don't even realize it because we're just so used to it. Until you start stretching and releasing onto negative energy, and yes, a lot of negative energy gets stored into our body, especially our psoas muscles, which is like your glutes. We hold on to so much energy. You could be holding on to trauma physically. Like, let's say you got into a horrible fight with someone like 2 years ago, or a bad breakup 3 years ago. You can still be holding on to that energy in your body. It's crazy what stretching, deep stretching does. It releases so much of this. And don't be surprised if you start crying in the middle of like a really deep yoga class. And I'm gonna link below a really good one I think everyone should start out with. It's called yin yoga. And what it does is, yin yoga, you hold on to poses for a really long time until it hurts. And that hurt is actually these negative energies, this sensation you have in your body that you've been holding on to for so long is getting released, and it takes time for you to do that. And I promise you, after you do that, you are going to feel like $1,000,000. You're gonna walk around, you're gonna feel so free, so loosened up, and you're gonna see it's gonna affect your mood. It's gonna affect the connection you have with yourself, and you're gonna wanna always do this. Another thing is trust. Those couples that are unbreakable, they trust each other. You need to trust yourself. And it's not so much like, I'm gonna go around trusting everyone, but it's more so you trust yourself so much that you know that I'm working on myself, on becoming the best version of myself, and I'm always going to honor myself in any situation that I'm put into. No matter who I'm dealing with or no matter what I'm dealing with, I'm always going to approach the situation where I honor myself. I'm not going to diss myself. I'm not going to put someone else before me. I'm going to put myself first and handle the situation with grace. When you're building trust with yourself, you need to keep every promise you make to yourself. If you promise yourself, oh, I set this goal, I'm gonna do this every Tuesday, or I'm gonna do that thing on Sunday, honor yourself too. Do not break promises to yourself, because just like in relationships or friendships, if someone keeps breaking a promise to you, what happens? You don't trust them, right? So it's the same thing with yourself. If you honor and respect yourself and promises you've made to yourself, keep them. And that will reflect in your other relationships too. Another thing you can do for trust is don't ever go and ask anyone for an opinion ever again. Honestly, I broke this thing a long time ago, and let me tell you, I now trust myself and I don't care what other people think. If I love myself and I back myself and I trust myself, I don't need to know what someone else thinks before I do something. No, I trust my own opinion, I trust my own judgment, and that's the best thing you can do to build trust with yourself. I hope this helped you a lot, and if it has, please like it, please subscribe. This is a brand new channel, and also comment down below on what you'd like me to talk about next. Thank you.